Hi there, Tony Bleasdale, Mayor of Blacktown City here. I thank the Darug people for the custodianship of this land. This is and always has been Darug land. Today marks the beginning of Reconciliation Week. This week I encourage you to add your voices to the call for Aboriginal reconciliation and, of course, justice. At Council we have produced a reconciliation action plan to guide our work. It focuses on building relations and respect within our communities. It focuses on building these relations by undertaking shared projects together. A copy of our reconciliation action plan can be found on Council's website. Please take the time to read it and contact us if you have any questions at all. I also encourage you to take time in Reconciliation Week to find out more about our Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. Take time to explore their histories, their cultures, and their stories in particular. Talk to your local elders, visit local libraries and cultural centres, or go online. By building our knowledge of our First Nations people, we will build respect and relationships. This way we can continue Blacktown City's journey of reconciliation.
Hi everyone, my name is Annie Tennant, non-Indigenous co-chair of Reconciliation New South Wales. Understanding culture in the creation of healing relationships between Aboriginal and non-Aboriginal peoples is a really important part of reconciliation. And through the Australian Reconciliation Barometer, we hear that the majority of Australians believe it's important to learn about Indigenous history and cultures. Reconciliation means building relationships of trust and respect for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander cultures, rights and experiences. And by understanding more about Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander cultures and histories, we build respect for diversity and a deeper understanding of cultural difference. Acknowledging and accepting our true shared histories, and by having them as a valued and shared part of our national identity, we will create something to be celebrated. In a reconciled Australia, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples and cultures thrive. The reconciliation movement has always been and must continue to be a people's movement, and that's why we want everyone to take action this year. Reconciliation Week is 27th of May to the 3rd of June. It's coming up really soon. And the theme is more than a word, reconciliation takes action. And this theme reminds all of us to always work towards an action that has real impact, because we all play an important role in shaping Australia's journey towards a more just, equitable and reconciled nation. So we want you to think about what you can do. Reconciliation is an over 20-year-old movement, and it's time for all of us to get on board and take action, big or small, towards making lasting change. And that could be on a personal level, by educating yourself about Aboriginal inequality, or having a conversation with a friend or a family member, or calling out racism when you see it. Or it could be on a professional level, by joining the Reconciliation Working Group, urging your organisation to start meetings with an acknowledgement to country, or to develop a RAP. And so for everyone, we want you to think about which dimensions of reconciliation can you take action in. Blacktown City Council's Reconciliation Action Plan has clear aims and actions to raise awareness and foster positive relationships within your vibrant and inclusive city. So please look out for opportunities to learn more about reconciliation and culture in your community this year. We urge you to learn, act and share.
Reconciliation is important to me, not just as an Aboriginal woman, but as a mother, a wife, a daughter, sister, friend, colleague and community member, as I too play an important part in reconciliation. I have an obligation to ensure that I share my cultural knowledge and increase the understanding and the value of all Australians' First Nations people. I celebrate that Australia is on a reconciliation journey and understand there is still so much work to be done to achieve true equality. However, it is important for me that all Australians continue to acknowledge our history through truth-telling, so we can build positive cultural and attitudinal change for a more inclusive Australia. Blacktown Council's RAP was developed together with the voice and strength of the Council's Aboriginal Advisory Committee. As a committee, we were excited to work together to identify opportunities and build community relationships, raise awareness and increase the cultural competency of the Council's staff. The Advisory Committee identified every aspect of the Council's business and community provisions to ensure that the RAP would increase cultural understanding and value the importance of reconciliation for First Nations people. Something special about the RAP is knowing that the committee and staff came together as one, especially when difficult topics were raised and the agenda for cultural change was refreshed. We were definitely fueled by plenty of cuppers and lots of laughs. There are a number of practical things the people of Blacktown can do to build reconciliation. Celebrate National Reconciliation Week and join in and celebrate other days and weeks of national significance to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. Join the It Stops With Me campaign and commit to countering racism in your community. Be open to learning more about the real history of Australia's First Nations people and culture.